with the WWF pulling away to levels never seen before, with the company again synonymous with the word wrestling after Saturday, which saw Rock hosting SNL in front of a record TV audience. WCW, going in the opposite direction, was looking to recover from the last month of its worst business in every aspect since before the Nitro NWO boom period started, made worse with last night's uncensored pay-per-view drawing one of the lowest buys in history to the point of being outdrawn by the ECW Living Dangerously pay-per-view a week earlier. Seed opened the show, followed by the TV return of Scott Steiner, making his first Nitro appearance since being suspended for the shoot promo on Ric Flair in early February, playing off it saying that the company tried but they can never censor him, setting up the main event tag match with Hogan coming out to team with Seed against Steiner and Jarrett. With most of the top headliners under big contracts signed when business was booming in the last 3 years, Brad Siegel and Bill Bush, who took over the financial side of the company from Eric Bischoff last September, were starting to implement new policies to cut costs and prevent wrestlers sitting out by prolonging time off for injuries, as after Bret Hart's pay was cut in half while he was out evaluating his head situation, another 2 contracts were cut in the past week, with both Nash and Page out for over 2 months, while in the meantime planning to build everything around the biggest contract signed in the past 2 years in Bill Goldberg, who was accused of taking further time off due to management dispute with the company, with his comeback now pushed back every month from February all the way to May as the earliest date for his return, with him reportedly in constant contact with the WCW office after publicly criticizing the current product to build to his return program, with Goldberg responding to the rumors saying that it's not true and the reason for his delayed return is that he dropped almost 30 pounds when unable to train due to the arm surgery and needs a few more weeks to get back into Goldberg shape. Nitro opened the first head-to-head segment with a 2.3 rating, having a Lex Luger vs Vampiro match going 5 minutes, with Vampiro after being pushed strong in the past few weeks, including getting big reactions at the recent UK tour, continuing to be placed near the main event scene while being paired with Sting, running in for the save post-match against Luger, and Flair with him set for his TV return match later tonight against Flair. 2 days after Vince McMahon's status in the TV industry continued to rise, with him opening the show Saturday with head producer Lorne Michaels saying that he promised him huge ratings, before the show built on his biggest star hosting led to the highest ratings of the season. Vince, who introduced the show Saturday, did the same for Raw in front of a hot crowd in Chicago, selling out in 18 minutes. With the WWF releasing a press release earlier in the day on the company selling out major venues at unprecedented time, with TV shows in Boston, Chicago, Milwaukee and LA selling out over 60,000 people combined in less than 50 minutes, with Raw starting with the DX vs Hardys tag match going 4 minutes to open with a 5.7 rating. WCW had a show-long angle building up to a Seed vs Hogan feud with them, besides teaming up in the main event, being shown in a press conference after the uncensored pay-per-view, with Hogan subtly taking the spotlight from Seed in the middle of his interview, with Nitro's second quarter taking a hit, dropping below the 2 rating range with 2 matches of Smiley vs Morris and Hennig vs Rhodes, while Raw tweaked its format for the week, having the usual opening promo segment coming in the second quarter, with Triple H coming out to hype the 3-way WrestleMania main event against Rock and Show before questioning McMahon's earlier announcement that he had a match that will rock the foundation of the WWF to be revealed tonight, bringing out Show and Shane, followed by Vince to announce that Hunter will defend the title tonight, announcing that they are gonna have the Mania main event tonight in Chicago with a Rock Hunter Show 3-way for the belt, with Hunter agreeing with the stipulation that if he retains the belt, the 3-way match is off the WrestleMania pay-per-view, with Raw after not opening with the big star power promo seeing a big spike in the second quarter, instead jumping over 900,000 viewers to a first-hour high 6.4 rating. with the recent Sullivan creative regime failing beyond all expectations with record lows across the board after replacing Russo in mid-January. Rumors were continuing on returns of both Russo and Bischoff in different roles in the past week, with Brad Siegel under pressure to turn things around for the company, with the most talked about change being calling Bischoff back to replace Bill Bush as the WCW president, with Bush, who was put in the position while being from outside the wrestling bubble, routinely worked by the old WCW office politics, which led to Sullivan replacing Russo and a mass backlash from the locker room that followed, with the Radicals jumping ship, with Russo, if no solution is found, rumored to be in talks of getting his release from his contract, which runs to late 2001. Nitro dropped to all-time low levels in the last 2 quarters, being almost quadrupled by Raw for half an hour, dropping to a near-low record 1.7 rating against a 6 rating on Raw for a Too Cool vs Radicals tag match in the continuation of a tag team elimination tournament booked by Vince throughout the night for a title shot at WrestleMania. After the last 30 minutes of near all-time low quarters, Nitro rebounded from its lowest to its highest quarter of the night for Sting vs Ric Flair in Sting's first TV match in over 3 months, picking up over 800,000 viewers from a 1.7 to a 2.4 rating, going 5 minutes to open the show's final quarter, ending up with Luger and Vampiro interfering for the finish, while at the same time Raw had a Kane vs Rikishi match against it, ending quickly with interferences from Road Dogg and X-Pac to set up a WrestleMania tag match between them, followed by a backstage promo from Rock hyping the main event, saying that he's not only ready tonight but was ready for the match since losing the title at last year's WrestleMania to hype his title win after a year of chasing the belt back. Nitro's main event of Hogan and Cena against Steiner and Jarrett saw the entrances taking place already past 10 p.m., going longer than usual with 11 minutes into the overrun, going 6 minutes with Steiner working his first match back since last May, ending up with the show-long build of Cena turning on Hogan in response to Hogan again trying to take the spotlight, with the match jumping over 600,000 viewers to the peak of the night 2.9 rating, but with the show overall still at record low levels doing a 2.5. Raw crossed over 10 p.m. with a Chris Benoit vs Chris Jericho match going 6 minutes with Kurt Angle on commentary, going head-to-head with the Nitro main event, which stayed on the air until 10:11 p.m., picking up to a 6.2 rating with 4 minutes unopposed in the quarter, also featuring a Hollies vs Snow and Blackman tag match, with Angle, Benoit and Jericho building to a 3-way at WrestleMania with both titles on the line, ending up with Angle laying out both for the finish. With talks gaining momentum since the start of March of the WWF leaving Raw as home of USA Network after the company publicly announced that they sent the network a letter of cancellation on a new deal, things were looking more likely that Raw, the highest rated show on cable by big margins on a weekly basis, would move to TNN, coming after TNN's owner in Viacom bought the second 50% of SmackDown's home on UPN, with Viacom looking to add Raw and potentially cross-promote all WWF programming throughout the week under one company, including possible TV deals for the XFL starting February 2001. Meanwhile, McMahon responded to the Beyond the Mat movie controversy, which debuted in theaters in the past week after the film was promoted as the movie McMahon didn't want you to see. saying that producer Barry Blaustein lied about the movie not being released in theaters nationally as a way to not give the WWF a cut financially, while responding to the promotional slogan saying that he didn't care if people saw it or not, as the only thing he cared about is the movie, using WWF performers and trademarks to advertise the movie, including using the picture of Rock on the cover, which led to the company refusing to sell them ad time due to misleading promotion of Rock being a main part of the movie. Rock, Show and Hunter made their entrances 6 minutes from the top of the hour, with the match crossing over longer than usual into a 9-minute overrun for the promoted WrestleMania main event on free TV, with Rock making his first appearance after becoming the first wrestler in history to host SNL 2 days ago in a breakthrough career performance that opened the door to every level of show business, further cemented a day later when numbers came out with the show breaking season records, peaking with over 20 million viewers in a major promotion for the WrestleMania pay-per-view. Rock, Triple H and Big Show went 12 minutes, gaining over 1.3 million viewers to a peak 7.3 rating, ending up with Rock having the match won until Shane's interference to lead to Hunter going over, with the post-match after making an unadvertised appearance on Saturday, seeing Mick Foley making his return to a huge reaction to come out of retirement for one night to set up a 4-way elimination match in 13 days.